If you add 2 pounds of sugar to literally 1 ton of concrete, it will ruin the concrete and make it unable to set properly, which is good to know if you want to resist something being built. French anarchists used this to resist prison construction in the 80s. I'm just gonna go ahead and reblog this for purely educational purposes. Password sharing is not piracy anymore than loaning your friend a DVD or watching a movie with your family is piracy. The service is already paid for. Execs just consider sharing to be evil because they can't exploit every individual person. He pulled Harry's wand from his pocket and began to trace it through the air, writing 3 shimmering words. Tom Marvolo Riddle. Then he waved the wand once, and the letters of his name rearranged themselves. Mr. Tom, a dildo lover. Wait, no, said Riddle. I'd like the Lopenny line a lot more if Gamma Freak ever played up the fact that Bunary is the one Pokemon that fking hates your guts from day one. Base friendship, 0. Apparently, this isn't quite accurate. Bunary is not the only Pokemon with that distinction. However, it is the only non-legendary on the list. Bunary hates you with the strength of imprisoned gods. New Zealand driver license. 1. Wizard. 2. The. In New Zealand, there is a man legally known as the Wizard, who is an educator, comedian, magician, and politician. Some of his political ideas include abolishing old-fashioned gender roles, traveling to find the center of the universe, replacing God in the church with wizardry in the World Wide Web. Wizard. This is the Wizard. Reblog in 35 seconds to reveal the secrets of the center of the universe and abolish old-fashioned gender roles. The other day, I went with a friend to the museum, and outside its entrance was greeted with this. 8 cats, sitting there perfectly still. Everyone around them was cooing and taking pictures, but those cats did not budge. For a moment I was actually wondering whether that was supposed to be some sort of experimental new performance art. But then, one lady came out of the museum, and they all got up and followed after her. Good God. I hope they are her cats. I hope they do this everywhere she goes. Just follow after her and patiently wait outside every building she enters, like the world's most disciplined children. Bro, what if we? No, this is stupid. Well, what if you turned me into a vampire and we were ethical vampires and seduced rich people to put us in their wills, then sucked them dry and redistributed their wealth to the people while we are in gay love, bro? I wrote "Oh, what's this" on a banana and gave it to some kid I knew. It got passed around for a bit, then it got to a kid who took a bite out of the peel. What the F are teenagers even? Please help. My son hates being homeschooled. Yesterday, during our scheduled furry hour, my 7-year-old refused to be cooperative right from the start. Eventually he threw a tantrum, telling me I don't want to learn about furries anymore. This is stupid. I wish I could go to school like all the other kids. Needless to say, I was devastated. I tried to tell him that the reason I homeschool him is because the public school system does not respect our beliefs and practices. I reminded him of the time his first grade teacher called child services because I barked at her during our parent-teacher conference. He didn't want to hear any of it though, so I just left him alone to do a math worksheet. I haven't talked to him today yet, and I'm trying not to be upset at him, but it's so hard. Please, have any of your children gone through this phase with homeschooling? And if so, how did you handle it? Can you believe there are people who have grown up on the internet without ever having read this? He is turning the tiles brown. He needs to be contained. Wow, it sure would suck if someone started making out with me. It's reverse psychology. Come make out with me. Wiggles and tenors. What the hell are you? 1970s. Satanic cult attempt to possess a car. Isn't it sort of easy to possess a car? Like, you just inhabit it physically and then make it do whatever you want. A fair point. TFW. You lose the cult's car keys. You come to my house. You see this. Oh. You have kids. No, I reply. Rabbits? No, again I reply. You look closer. Inside is a Roomba. It's almost time to feed him, I say. Your eyes ask a handful of questions, but you remain silent. I sprinkle a handful of dirt in the enclosure. Hey everyone. So you know organizations like UNICEF and whatnot that allow you to buy the kind of gifts where you donate mosquito nets or something in a person's name? Well, a lot of those organizations will let you donate vaccines, as it turns out. Like, right now on UNICEF's site, providing 100 polio vaccines to kids in need is $19. And I'm not saying you should buy it and then send a card to an anti-vax relative saying you've provided life-saving vaccinations in their name. But actually that's exactly what I'm saying. Inside of you there are 2 wolves. That's nowhere near enough wolves to sustain the population. So we are starting a reintroduction program. Open wide please. Shout out to Percy Jackson for being a kid's book that straight up murdered the abusive stepdad instead of doing some bullshit redemption arc where they have to forgive him. McDonald's to their workers. Remember we can replace you with robots and it would be just as efficient. So do not to beg for more scraps. McDonald's 3 seconds later. Ice cream machine broken. Sorry. The reason they're always broken is McDonald's ice cream machines take 4 hours to clean. McDonald's has repeatedly said they would replace the machines with ones that are easier to clean, and yet they still haven't years after the proclamation. Basically what I'm saying is, how can they replace their employees with efficient machines when they can't even replace their machines with efficient machines? Those old ice cream machines are nasty as F by the way. Corporates' refusal to replace their old busted ass machinery is a danger to the workers and consumers. The one at the McDonald's I worked at had an internal leak, so the inside was just full of old rotten milk that smelled like death. But even after my manager opened it up and cleaned it out, upper management wouldn't even think about replacing it, cause they didn't seem to see a problem. Because apparently exposing your workers and customers to rotten food isn't a problem, as long as no one sees it. Anyway, even if the ice cream machine is working, probably don't get the ice cream. Our frappe machine was full of cockroaches, mayo. We also had mice in the whole store. Yeah, don't get the ice cream from McDonald's. Those machines are literally the nastiest thing ever. They get heat treated every night, but other than that, they probably get properly cleaned once a year, lol. The McDonald's I worked at had cockroaches in the ice cream machine. Yeah, I worked at McDonald's. Literally any drink that doesn't come in a sealed bottle, stay far away from, trust me. I freaking hate they goddamn machine. It's a pile of sh. I tried to change a syrup in the machine the other day and found II full of ants. It was nasty as F. I would just like to thank every McDonald's employee for their service, because if I ever got the new Roach McFlurry, I'd kill someone. The machines aren't broken, the employees are protecting us. McDonald's employee servicing the ice cream machine. 2018. Colorized. My body, tearfully. When sleep. Me. My dude, we just woke up. It's time for wakefulness and doing things and productivity. My body, weeping. But, when sleep. Me. Okay, finally now asleep. My body. No, wrong. Artemis, teaching Persephone how to drive. So, you're driving down a road, and you see Apollo and Hades on the road. What do you hit? Persephone. I hit your brother. I could never hurt Hades. Artemis, rubbing her temples. The brakes. Persephone. You hit the brakes. Anonymous asked. You say you're 6'6", but are you really? Well okay, here's me next to the entrance to my apartment. Why the heck would I lie about my height? I don't enjoy bumping my head into everything, just because the world is built for hobbits. Anonymous said. Please enter my hobbit hole. Daddy, you're what?